Oh, look at this hardware, man. A-B-O. Got the Latin American camera.
They got some trainers say, and some fighters say, well, I don't watch videos of the guy I'm fighting. I let the coach watch it. Wait, man.
Guys, one thing we know for sure about Wilder, he hit you clean. Right. And this woman whooped the whole world twice. The whole world. What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Fresh. Welcome to a special edition of Boxing Podcast, our very first Showdown Sound Off. We're excited to have two great fighters on the show today. We're going to be discussing their upcoming fight on the Next Fight Up show, November 28th. It's going down live in Houston, the Arabia Shrine Center. If you can make it live, if not, there are going to be pay-per-view options. So we're super excited. We want to get this show started. We're bringing to you live today the Houston Hitman Robert Redmond and Antonio Wattell. They're going to be going up for the junior welterweight title, the ABO junior welterweight title on November 28th. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the show. We're super excited. We are less than 6 days away. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good.
Yeah, y'all look good, man. Y'all looking shape. Y'all been training. Good deal, man. Antonio, man, it's good to have you back on the show. I'm not sure if you remember, but we had you on the show briefly when you were on the Altigity show. We saw you perform live. It was a great show. You did a great job, and you stopped by to chat with us afterwards. So how you feeling, my man? Thanks for coming back.
I feel good. Thank y'all for bringing me back. Feel great.
For sure. So, Robert, how you feeling, my man?
I'm feeling good, man. Focused and ready.
Good. Hey, listen. So we let's jump right into it, man. We have had a year off of boxing. Antonio, it's been a year for you that you've been inactive, as you know, as many of the boxers have been. This pandemic has really put a damper on everything. And why don't you take a minute and just tell us how you've been doing this past year and how this fight came about and how you've been preparing for it.
Well, this past year I've been getting ready for fights. I had a fight. I had like 3 fights. They all got canceled. So from my last fight in November all the way up until like May, I was in training camp for 3 different fights, but they kept getting canceled and pushed back. And then in, I think, May 30th, my fight I was supposed to have, it got canceled due to the pandemic. So ever since then, I've still been in the gym, still run, still work out. And then July 11th, me and Robert was a fight then, and then that show got canceled.
I remember that fight. You guys were set up to fight, and then at the last minute, it just it fell apart, huh?
Yeah, and I also had rhabdo, so I think that's what I had rhabdo. I called rhabdo like a week or whatever, but what it worked out that the whole show got canceled. Yeah. Rhabdo is like, basically, I think it came from me. I was in training camp for 8 months straight, nonstop. So I was working out 6 days plus work and doing everything. So I never took a break. And I think that broke my body down. Rhabdo is like, comes from when your muscles break down and it builds up in your bloodstream, and then it goes to your kidneys, to where I was just going. And then when I got they called about rival fight, that just gave me more motivation to keep going. I didn't take a break from training, basically. And that kind of put down. But
and how you feeling now?
I feel great for this fight. I went back and actually took a break during the pandemic, and I got better.
Nice. Good to hear. Robert, same thing, my man. It's been about a year or so since you've been active in the ring. Why don't you tell us about what's been going on this last year? Hold on, we're going to have you have to unmute your mic. There you go.
So but no, it's been the same for me. I had a few fights. I just been training. I haven't taken any time off the gym. You know, that's like I said, boxing is a part of me. It's who I am. I'm gonna do this if I fight today or not. Or if this fight gets canceled, I'm gonna still be in the gym. Like that's just who I am. So I mean, that's been it. The pandemic ain't stopping nothing.
Antonio, let's talk about your last two fights, my man. You had a great performance in El Tigre show, and then you went up against a tougher opponent your last show, and you ended up with a draw. How'd that work out, man? What did you learn from those two fights, and what did you take away from it?
Well, I learned what a El Tigre show was like. I think I should have sat back and boxed more. I think I was too aggressive. I like the knockout, but the way I got it, I know I could have got it better. And with Gabe, it was more like I had to box, and he had a lot of speed. He had a great jab, so I had to work off his jab and basically to get his time. And I got his time, and I don't feel like, to me, I'm a fighter. I don't feel like it was a draw. I feel like the first round, I lost it because for that fight, I was supposed to fight someone else who was a southpaw. So for the entire training camp, I trained for a southpaw. And the last minute, the fight got changed because his fight fell out, my fight fell out. So we ended up fighting each other. And he an orthodox fast fighter who knows whose boxes. The guy that I was going to fight was a southpaw who comes forward and basically likes to brawl. So my whole mind state was set on fighting someone like that. And when I got in there with Gabe, I had to adjust. And after the first round, I lost the first round. But I feel like every round after that was mine. So I feel like I won. To me, it wasn't a draw. I know probably he's going to say the same thing. It wasn't a draw for him also. But to me, it wasn't a draw. I lost the first round. I know that. But that came from me not punching, me trying to figure out his speed, because his jab is great. I always say he had a great jab, but his jab is great to where if you don't, he can beat you with a jab. So I had to adjust to his speed and his footwork. And once I did that, it was easy after that.
Taking on that fight last minute, I mean, you knew it wasn't going to be no cakewalk. Was there any apprehensiveness about picking up that fight the last second?
No, I wanted it because it's like training. It's like you would fight anybody. Whoever they switch you with don't matter. As long as it can happen, it can happen. But I feel like it happens a lot. So I think I'm kind of used to it by now.
That's why I respect my opponent, because he don't back down from nothing. But I mean, I feel like Gabe is that. I feel like my opponent, Antonio, is. I ain't see the fight, and I ain't pay attention to that. But I don't plan on leaving questions like that in the ring this upcoming fight.
Yeah.
Well, talking about last minute fights, Robert, your last fight against Cobbs, you picked that up last minute, and that definitely wasn't no cakewalk as far as making the decision on taking the fight. Let's talk about your two last fights. Same scenario with you. You had a fight here in Houston against Juan Rodriguez. You had a knockout, which actually won you the knockout of the night. You stepped up. You fought Blair Cobbs in California on the zone. Why don't you tell us about that experience and what you've learned since then?
What I learned about myself is not to ever wait on my opponent. Just do exactly what I want to do. Like for this fight, I'm not thinking about what my opponent's doing or what he's not doing. If he's in shape, if he's not in shape. As long as he make weight and test negative for COVID, we got to fight. And I'm going to do what I want to do in the ring. I'm going to control the fight. I think, like with that last fight, that's what I learned. Don't wait for him. I waited too long, thinking so much about the crowd and the stage and all of this and that, when I should have just beat him up like I did the last few rounds with one eye. So, yeah, I've learned from that mistake and I've grown since then, and I think it'll show in these upcoming fights.
Wattell, why don't you tell us a little about your relationship with your coach, man? You got a phenomenal coach out here, out in Houston, James Johnson. How did that relationship come about, and how has it been working with him?
Oh, it's been great. I work with him and Kool-Aid, Antonio Ortega. They're both my coaches. So, but with him, that's great. It's like he's giving me more to use to boxing more, and not. I'm more like I'm super aggressive. I just like to fight no matter what. But he's giving me more to. I can box, do whatever. He's taught me like to sit back and pay attention to more things I do. Fight, use my jab, establish my jab, set up, go to the body. Me, I just get in there and straight. Usually, I just go straight forward and fight. Like even with the fight at El Tigre, he mostly told me, "Hey, calm down. Like what you rushing for is no." Because every fighter has that. Oh, I want to knock some. Like the whole point of training is to knock someone out. But it's like when you feel like you can do that, it's like a drug, like a adrenaline rush, and it's like that's what you want to do. But when you sit back and relax, it's easier. Like how Robert said, when you like, I fought on a ESPN card, and I was mostly like with I think it was Saucedo and I forgot the guy Saucedo and Maurice Hooker, and like it was like the adrenaline. It's like different when you're in there. It make you want to be like, okay, I gotta knock him out, because you want that. It's feel good to knock someone out who you know been training hard, who you know that's doing the same thing as you, and you get in there and you knock them out is what you want. But when you sit back and relax and understand it's not about knockouts all the time, that it'll come to you if you do exactly what you're supposed to do and listen to your coaches, it just happen. But I learned a lot just from him, just listening more and paying attention and be more patient and not over aggressive.
Robert, your relationship with your coach. Why don't you tell us a little about that?
We tight, man. I think that his history in boxing, his family's history in boxing, shows through me and the rest of my team. Like the knowledge, the know-how, the wherewithal. I think a lot of people, because boxing is so primal, it's fighting at the end of the day. I think that everybody think that they could do it, and it's not that easy. There's a method to the madness. Like we have a plan in mind every round. And I think that's what separates us from everybody else.
You know, both of y'all have been training out of here, out of Houston. Antonio, you from Houston, correct? Yes.
Yeah. I'm from.
You from Houston. So you guys are familiar with each other. It's not like you guys are any strangers to each other. You guys have, we all run within the same circles.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel, Antonio, you need to do to be successful on Saturday night?
Box and be patient, but not patient to while I'm waiting. But box and make sure I use my angles, I'm gonna have to use all my talent. I know he's gonna bring out the best. I know I'm prepared for the best Robert, basically, because I know he's gonna come. I trained alongside him. I know he trains hard, so he's gonna. I want to basically this fight is gonna bring out the best in me, and also to see. I know it's gonna bring out the best in him, but I know all I gotta do is box and continue to do what we've been working on in training camp. Continue to do that, and then it should be. As long as I be patient and don't rush and don't try to just be patient, basically. Because Robert's also patient too, but I just gotta be patient and box.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on YouTube on the Soapboxing Podcast with a special edition of the Showdown Sound Off between the Houston Hitman Robert Redmond and Wattell. What is how do you say your fighting name?
Oh, Supreme.
Supreme?
Yes, Supreme.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your handle on Instagram? And
Basquiat of Boxing. Yeah, it's John Basquiat of Boxing.
Basquiat of Boxing. All right, well,
yeah, like Jean-Michel Basquiat, the artist.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, these two are going to be going for the junior welterweight title. The ABO title is going to be on the line. It's going to be 8 rounds here in Houston, Texas, at the Shrine Arena. On the next fight up, make sure you guys go to the website. If you can make it live, show up, get your tickets now, or make sure you check out your pay-per-view options. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Robert, same question to you, my man. What do you feel you need to do to be successful on Saturday night?
Just be the best me. That's really it. I have a plan, which is my only plan is to stop whatever his plan is. So if his plan is to box, then I'm gonna apprehend that. If his plan is to stand there and fight, I'm gonna apprehend that. I'm comfortable everywhere in the ring.
You hear that, Antonio?
Yeah, I hear that.
What are your thoughts on that?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready. That's why I want this fight. Like, because I know he's a great fighter, and I know this is what the city needs. So I'm ready for whatever.
What will a win mean for you, Antonio?
You just keep focus on the next one and adapt, and it'll be great to be when I have the ABO championship. So that'll show everyone that, because I know a lot of times people look at my record and they be like, you this and that, and I can say, oh, this and that. Now I'm focused on one fight at a time, basically. And Robert is a great fighter. To have that win in my win slot would be perfect. Not just, it used to be before I used to try to like show people, hey, my record don't mean anything, but now I'm not focused on it. I'm one fight at a time. And then they'll see, everyone will see like that means nothing at all.
Robert, what would a win for you, man?
This win is gonna mean for me it's defining, because the belt is what's important to me. The win in every fight is important, but this one is significant because I'm coming off of that DAZN fight, and trying to get back to that point. It takes time. This is a business, so like it's gonna mean the next step in my career.
Man, it is going to go down Saturday night live in Houston, Texas. Get your tickets now. I think they're only going to be doing it at 50% capacity. So if you can't get your tickets, make sure you go to nextfightUp.com, get your pay-per-view link, and you don't want to miss it. It's going to be for the ABO Junior Welterweight Title. Houston, Redmond, and Antonio Welterweight are going to be going at it. Y'all gonna make weight?
Yeah.
Antonio.
Good now. And never been a problem.
Antonio, what do you usually fight at? Are you a 140? Is that where you're most comfortable?
I 135. I can make 135, but 135 is like, I don't really get a lot of. When I was fighting at 135, I didn't get a lot of fights at 135. They always like pull out last minute or say make an excuse. So I moved up to 140. Nice. I can fight at 135. So,
Robert, how are you feeling at 140?
Good, man. I'm comfortable at this weight. Camp has been really good. I don't feel drained at all. Like I feel supreme at this weight. I think that 47 was big for me. I think 40 is a better spot for me.
So you seem real confident, Antonio. What do you think some of your opponent's strengths and weaknesses are going to be coming into this fight?
I think Robert, his overhand right has always been his strong point, and he likes his inside. He got a decent inside game, and then he can box. I know the last time we sparred before, and the last time we sparred, he was boxing pretty well. So I think he's added a lot of dimension to his game, and I've been in a position before, like how he said he's coming off of the zone, like on ESPN. I was my fight in Conroe, I was coming off a loss. Like I got stopped, and I never ever been like hurt or anything. I got stopped, and that was me coming off that fight. And it was basically like confidence the fight was defining me. It was for me. That knockout was for me, basically. Like I was focused on proving something to myself. Like, do I deserve to be in the sport? So I know where he's coming from. So I know he's gonna come. I know he's gonna bring it. It's my job to be there to make sure it don't happen.
Robert, what's your response to that, man? What do you think your opponent's strengths and weaknesses are?
I don't know. I think it'll all come out in the fight. Like I said, I haven't studied my opponent at all. I didn't know that he was coming off a loss from that last KO. I know that. I will say this: throughout it all, WATTELL has been like a durable fighter. He's gonna be there. So I'm not like sleeping on him or overlooking him at all. I seen what he do to people with them straight right hands. So I know what to watch out for, and I know what I need to do and what I don't need to do. I mean, I'm not. Like I said, I'm focused on me. The only person that could stop me is me. I feel like that about anybody.
Well, it looks like this fight is lined up, ready to go. We are all hyped about it. I know Houston is going to be in for a treat. Please make sure you guys go check out the website so you can get your pay-per-view on or make it to the fight. How Wattel, you got any shout outs, any last words, anything you want to tell all your fans out there in support of your fight that's coming up?
Come out to the fight. It's gonna be a great fight. If you can make it out in person, come out. If you can't, get the pay-per-view live. I think it's like $10, I think, on Next Fight Up, I think. But if not, it's gonna be a great show. I'm fighting a great. To me, this is one of my best fights that I have so far. Like I'm loving the fight, and I've been begging for 6 rounders. I've been hating for 4 rounders. To me, I hate 4 rounders, but this is like great. Like this new territory for me. I'm fighting a great fighter, so I'm gonna put on the show for whoever comes out. I won't disappoint anyone or anything. It's gonna be some cream.
Robert, what do you got to tell all your fans out there about this upcoming fight?
To all of my supporters, fans, family, and friends, like thank y'all for following me on the journey this far. This win, this title, this for y'all. If you can't get tickets, it's tickets online at nextfightUp.com. If not, just order the pay-per-view. It's gonna be an awesome fight, man. I promise. Like I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna show everything that I've been working on in the gym. It's a different me, a different fighter. It's gonna be like that every fight. But this is gonna catapult us all to the next level.
Man, everyone out there in internet world, YouTube, we appreciate you guys coming in. We wanted to spend a little bit of time talk about this great fight that's happening this Saturday, November 28th, our Next Fight Up at the Arabian Shrine here in Houston, Texas. If it's not too late, go out, get your ticket, nextfightUp.com. If you can't get tickets, please make sure you check it out on pay-per-view. It's only $10. The ABO Junior Welterweight Title will be on the line. Antonio Wattell versus Robert Redmond Jr. is going to go down. Before we leave, though, before we sign off, Wattell.
Yeah.
What's your prediction for this fight?
I'm going to win.
There we go. Redmond, what's your prediction for this fight?
I'm going to win in emphatic fashion. That's how it's going to be.
Well, listen.
I'm going to win with the fight.
It is going to be an exciting show. We appreciate you guys coming on one more time. We're less than 6 days away. You guys are about to wrap up camp. And we will see you all Saturday, November 28th. Once again, nextfightUp.com. Check it out. And also make sure, please, that, we're getting a lot of feedback on this thing, Mike, and I can't fix it. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell so that you can get all the notifications for when we go live. It's your boy Manny Fresh on this special edition of the Showdown Sound Off. Robert Redmond Jr. versus Antonio Wattell. Next fight up, November 28th. We will catch y'all then. Until then, gentlemen, good luck, stay sharp, and good luck.
All right. Thank you.